Kenya is a country of extremes, from lush mountains and dry deserts to modern cities and impoverished villages. It's the home of awe-inspiring animals and vivid cultures. Kenyan native Ndoko is an expert in the culture, wildlife, and ecology of Africa and is concerned about how climate change, poaching, and tourism is affecting his native country.
Here in Africa, we are experiencing a lot of effects because of climate change. We are having longer drought periods and shorter rain seasons. And that affects so many things: farming, tourism, agriculture. Also, it affects education because children don't go to school, they have no food, so they have to go and look for food instead of going to school. So the education is also affected. Health also comes in because if you don't have good water supply, it means that health will be also poor because they will go and fetch water wherever they can get it. And most of this water is unsafe and not good for drinking, but they have to drink it because they have no other source of water. So health is also affected. In Africa in general, poaching is real. During the last, let's say, about 30 or 40 years back, in the early 70s, poaching was really a very big issue here in Africa, especially in my country. We had lots of poaching taking place, and they lost big numbers of animals. Basically, they poached the big five. And why they poached the big five is because these animals have trophies to take away with. For example, elephant, they will take the tusks. Rhino, they would take the rhino horn. The leopard, they would go with the skin because it has a very beautiful coat. For buffalo, they would go with the skull with the big horns. And then the lion, they would go for the male lion and take the big skin with the mane.
Poaching is not only a personal concern for Ndoko, it's also a major problem in his country and the entire continent of Africa.
Here in Samburu, for example, we did have rhinos. They're now in Samburu, and today there are no rhinos because they were completely wiped out.
So where do we go from here? Ndoko recommends 3 things. First, educate the world about climate change. Second, stop the demand for animal products, especially in China. And third, provide education and support directly to the villages to circumvent corruption.